Welcome back to Only Talk Sports, where we talk sports every single day, or at least we try to. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more sports content. Hit that notification bell so you never miss another video. Now, week 2 in college football is starting tomorrow, and I've made Alabama, Texas, and Iowa State previews, but we have a game that was a thriller last year. Pittsburgh last year went on the road and won at Tennessee 41-34, and now this year Tennessee is going to have to go on the road and play at Pittsburgh. Now let's break down and see who's going to win this year's edition of this game. Tennessee was 7-6 last year. Way better team than the record would suggest. They were a really good team. Josh Heupel's really turned them around since the Jeremy Pruitt disaster with all the allegations and players leaving, and he got fired. They brought Josh Heupel from UCF, and he has done wonders for Tennessee. Hendon Hooker has as well, transfer quarterback from Virginia Tech last year. He was not an elite quarterback at Virginia Tech. He was decent, but since he's been at Tennessee, he's been fantastic. He has been throwing it all over the field. He's a very underrated quarterback, and even though he is about as close to elite as you can get, he kind of floats under the radar in all the elite quarterback discussions around college football. Running back Jalen Wright, he's a good running back. He's solid. I mean, he's not like one of the best in the country, but he's solid. Wide receiver Cedric Tillman and wide receiver Jimmy Holiday, both of them are fantastic. Cedric Tillman especially. Tennessee beat Ball State last week 59-10, and they were catching passes all over the field. It was an easy win for them. They blew out Ball State, which is a very good sign for Tennessee, something that Iowa could not do against South Dakota State, only winning 7-3. So again, Tennessee destroyed Ball State. That is a good first win for them. On the defensive side of the ball, Tennessee's got defensive backs Warren Durrell and defensive back Christian Charles. They're both very good defensive backs. And they have linebacker Aaron Beasley and defensive lineman Elijah Simmons. He is a beast, Elijah Simmons. He's a huge man, like 340 pounds. He gets to the quarterback, so that's going to be very tough for Pittsburgh to stop. Now, last year for Pittsburgh, they were 11-3, and they won the ACC with Kenny Pickett and Jordan Addison. They're both gone. And Pat Narduzzi, he's a solid coach. They always go 8-4. He's always getting it done. He's one of the longest tenured head coaches, like I said. Very solid coach, underrated coach, I think, even though people talk about him, but not as much as like Kirk Ferentz or Kyle Whittingham or even Mike Gundy. But he's very good at Pitt. Keaton Slovis was about the best quarterback they could get in the portal from USC, and he has done an admirable job replacing Kenny Pickett so far. He threw for over 200 yards against West Virginia in the backyard brawl, which Pittsburgh won 38-31 last week, and they played really, really good. Running back Rodney Hammond Jr., he's a good running back. He had over 70 yards against West Virginia last week. Wide receivers Jared Wayne and wide receiver Kanata Mumpfield. Kanata Mumpfield, the transfer from Akron, he was really good last week against West Virginia, and he's done a really good job replacing Jordan Addison. And on the defensive side, they got linebackers Bangley, Kamara, defensive lineman Kalijah Cansey, and defensive back MJ Devonshire, who had an interception in the West Virginia game when the JT Daniels threw a perfect pass, but it slipped through the West Virginia receiver hands, and he caught it, and he did it pick for a touchdown, which helped end up being the separator in that Pittsburgh game against West Virginia. And Pittsburgh, they got a good team too. I mean, people act like they're not as good anymore because they lost Kenny Pickett and Jordan Addison, but they still got a really, really good team. But is it going to be enough to beat Tennessee again? I don't know, because Tennessee is an improved football team. And I know this game is at Pittsburgh, but it was at Tennessee and Pittsburgh won, and Pittsburgh had the better team. But this year, I think Tennessee has the better team. Even though it's at Pittsburgh, I think Tennessee has the better team. They got a lot of NILs help them out. They got a lot of new players, a lot of transfers. They're in the SEC. I mean, they're really improving. The fans want to win. The coach wants to win. The players want to win. Everybody at Tennessee wants to win. I think they're going to exact revenge on the Pittsburgh Panthers, and I think they're going to win this game 41-34, this exact same score as it was last year, even though that might not necessarily be the exact score. It might be something else. But I think that this game is going to be around the same as it was last. Both teams can put up points, and it'll be kind of ironic if it's the exact same score. It might not be, and Pittsburgh could pull off the win. I'm not saying they can't, but I think that Tennessee is going to win this game 41-34. I think the Vols are just a little bit better than the Pittsburgh Panthers this year. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more sports content. Comment down below what you think about this game and who's going to win, whether it's Tennessee or Pittsburgh. Like this video, and I will see you next time.